every day, go to the gym, make a lot of money, eat healthy, and sleep well, and read a book every day. And obviously, if you do all those things, you're not gonna, your day will be over, and maybe even worse, the actual work that is financing all that might be not getting done. So, as I haven't read or heard about that, I want to talk about it in this video. It really reminds me kind of like strategy games that I've played in the past. I was always really interested in these games. I don't know, Hearthstone, Teamfight Tactics, and I don't play as much anymore, but still, I felt like this was useful because very often you could focus on one thing, and whilst it brought you to a certain level or a certain rank, just focusing on that one thing didn't get you further. So at certain points, you needed to throw away this tactic and totally pick or transition into another tactic. And I feel like it's the same in real life. Obviously, it's the same. It's almost like a natural law. And there's also things are not that simple as they seem, and is what I want to talk about in the second part, which is talking about seeing the individual parts as self-improvement. But in this video, I'm saying that all kind of self-improvement individual parts, and there are probably at least 10 or even more: fitness, making money, learning, social, mental stuff. You have to understand that each of the individual ones has a cost too, which is at least willpower. And a lot of people think of me as being very disciplined, whilst I always say I'm not even that disciplined. I've just designed my life in a way where I need as little as possible willpower to do certain things. And I'm aware that when I want to change something that I'm not doing right now, it's gonna take me willpower. So for example, I've been hitting the gym for a long time. It doesn't really take me a lot of willpower anymore. But if I want to hit the gym and read a book and study and make money all at the same time, there's a very high likelihood I'm going to fall. And that's why I'm really suggesting to think of self-improvement as like building your castle over time, and also learn how to achieve certain things easier. That could be, how can you have an efficient workout in less time? How can you cook food efficiently? How can you reduce the decisions you have to make every day? How can you automate stuff? Like keeping your mind clean, closing open loops is one of those things that really help to increase the overall capacity of things that are good for you. And honestly, I'm not really too much in that like hard discipline, pushing, grind, whatsoever mindset, even though it seems from the outside, most of the time I'm almost like addicted, because I'm addicted to feeling progress. And this could even be a bad thing. So as you see, everything is really eventually. So you cannot take any individual part and it has to be like this. And I feel like that's a very good thing, because that keeps up yourself as the highest authority when digesting self-improvement stuff. I see so many people reading one specific either coach, guru, or advice or channel or whatsoever, and then they feel like it's their religion and it's the law. And whilst I think you should see it as a tool set you can utilize, you try to learn, as this is a certain view of doing something, and it might be applicable to what you do, but it might also be not, and it might also need some changes to go into to fit into your life. the good thing is it's not fixed. So if you start with going to the gym twice a week as your first habit, after a couple of months, it will be easy for you. It really requires a little bit of, only a little bit of willpower, or even not at all, or it even gives you energy. So then later you can say, okay, what would be the highest leverage thing to focus on next? And you can pick something else, like, I don't know, working through something you really want to learn about each day, or building your side hustle, or something like that. And the more you can stick to your word, the more you grow that superpower. And I really start thinking, I've even wrote with AI a book, Life as a Game, where I had this kind of like, I see life as a certain kind of bars, you know, you have like a willpower bar. Every day you have willpower. Then the more you sleep, the more this is filled. Then you also, I think you have like this like trust in yourself bar, that over time, the more often you follow through with what you say you do, which is, you know, if you overpromise yourself, like if you're trying to reach too high and you don't achieve it, it's not getting filled up. Because I've been in some situations where I felt, oh, I might not be able to do it, but then just seeing all these other things that I was able to do after I said them, I now trust myself that even if I'm not going to follow it through, I feel like during the moment, oh, I might not be able to finish it, I feel now, oh, but you said it, this is giving you some superpower. It's like investing. There's a, you know, social bar, then there are like skill trees, you know, like at one point I feel like now I've learned a lot about how to handle situations that were tough for me mentally. I obviously, you know, when you are fitter, when you're eating healthy, it's another skill that you know, the more you can cook, the easier you can cook. It's a skill set as well. Editing, recording video is a skill set, and all that stuff, like in this kind of like bubble. And once you start it as a game, to me, honestly, it's really amazing. I really enjoy it. It's better than any game I played before, and I don't have it fully defined, but I can see how each thing affects each other. And yeah, I'm kind of addicted, and I think this should be talked a little bit more, because most of the content out there is just like, this is the law, and it might be that this is the most efficient way to get views on social media. But yeah, whoever watches this, maybe this helps you to digest it a little bit differently and stay the authoritative person in your world, to decide, okay, this is one approach that I can, but I don't have to implement in my life, because I know what's best for me. And sometimes what's best for you is sitting on a couch and watching TV and recovering. That's also like, you are at a certain point and you try to increase a little. It's the same as it's been designed in any game. And interestingly, all the games have designed it the way life is, because that's what our natural, good, healthy dopamine system is actually giving us. And they've just made it a little bit easier to achieve in the game than it is in real time. But in real life, the graphics are better and the benefits are better. And yeah, I trust me, it's going to be worth it more to do it in game, in real life than in games. But you can still play games on, if you wanna calm down or something. So next video is going to be about more in detail how about the tool mindset, how each of the individual part is a tool, and what this means, and also how things that don't seem like they're a tool could be a tool.